Hi Mike, welcome again.
Kia ora.
Kiara. Mike, within your team, you are hiring a Deputy Chief Executive, AHO. What is AHO? I was wondering if you could help us understand that a bit.
AHO actually aligns very much with the concept of 3.0, 21st century learning, where the role of a teacher is much more a sort of a reciprocal role between that teaching and learning
Right.
are one and the same thing. So
Right.
AHO, and the word AHO in Māori actually means both to teach and to learn.
Right.
And so teachers are learners and learners are teachers.
Right.
And we know that more often now. How often
Right.
do your grandchildren teach you how to use technology?
Right.
And so it is, again, that we're all learning together. And the role of the teacher becomes much more of a facilitator of learning, a learning advisor,
Right.
rather than one that's the font of knowledge.
Right, okay, interesting. So this brings me to the second part of my question, which is how does this word or how does this concept AHO relates to this role of a Deputy Chief Executive?
I think it fits very, very nicely with what we're talking about 21st century learning. And I've mentioned the word 3.0
Yeah.
about how learning is personalised now for
Yeah,
our students,
yeah.
that the learning is unique for that student,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
self-determined, it's self-directed, it's based on their passions and their interests, it's
Right.
based on their potential, what they're going to be good at, not trying to fix up what they're going to be bad, what they're going to be the real best at.
Right.
And really develop that. And this role is going to have to help people, teachers in the
Okay.
organisation, understand that concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. And you have also spoken about the big picture learning. Could you also talk about that a bit, please?
Big picture learning is something that's generated out of the United States of America, and it's strongly happening in Australia, and big picture learning is happening in New Zealand now too. It's based on the kind of concept that you teach one student at a time in a community of learners. So every single student is unique.
Right.
You don't teach students in cohorts, that you have a student sitting in a classroom of 25 English students and the bell goes and they go off to 25 students in a maths class.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Yeah.
It's actually every single student has their own personalised program
Yeah.
that is leading them towards a significant internship, where they work in an organisation in the real world,
Right.
and we build the academics around that. So in the ideal world, they would be doing 3 days a week learning stuff
Yeah.
that will enable them to be able to achieve the goals of their
Right.
internship.
Right.
So for instance, if they were working in a law firm, they were interested
Yeah.
in the law, they'd be studying legal studies, so that would be obvious. But they'd be studying English because they have to write reports. They might want to study also business studies because legal firms are businesses.
Yeah.
They might want to study some policy or legislation. So, and that's our job, is to source that and help them find that information and then guide them through it.
Okay, got it. All right. So in this role, who are the key stakeholders and what are some of the challenges in this?
Well, the key stakeholders will be the curriculum leaders. So this person will be responsible for leading a team of 11 curriculum leaders and helping them socialise the kind of concepts of 3.0, 21st century learning through the organisation, providing professional development for teachers, helping our other key stakeholders, which are students and the whānau and the families and communities, to understand the approach as well,
Right.
and to embrace the approach.
Right. Okay. All right. And Mike, what is critical to success in this role for this person?
Critical to success will be that the organisation, the teachers are embracing this kind of a 21st century pedagogy,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
the students are benefiting from 21st century pedagogy 3.0,
Right.
that parents are happy that their students are enrolled at Te Kura, that schools more and more want to use Te Kura as a resource for providing innovation and new ways of learning.
Right. Okay. And Mike, this person, this Deputy Chief Executive, where will he or she come from? Skills, background, experience, what will they be like?
It could be varied.
Okay.
Yeah, they could come from a teaching position in a school. They could come from a university.
Okay.
They could come from a policy background. in the Ministry of Education. They could come from the Education Review Office.
Okay.
They could come from the Tertiary Education Commission.
Okay.
They could come from the Qualifications Authority. They could. We would hope that the person has got educational experience and probably has had some experience in a classroom.
Right. Okay. All right.
That doesn't mean to say that they have to be in a classroom now.
Okay. All right. All right. And Mike, why would someone want to come and join Te Kura in this role?
I think what Te Kura offers is exciting opportunities in a whole range of things. One is that we go from early childhood right through to year 13, but the population of our learners, our oldest learner is 90.
Wow.
But they are still doing, following the New Zealand curriculum. They want to get, before they leave this world, NCEA or something like that. So we've got that huge diversity. We've got every kind of imaginable machination of what a student could look like, from somebody who's rural, somebody who's an elite sports student, somebody who's from overseas, somebody who's travelling the world on a yacht, somebody who's doing missionary work in Africa, somebody who's itinerant and moves around New Zealand because their parents are, somebody who's exited school because school wasn't actually engaging them. Students have been truanting. Then we also work with virtually every secondary school in New Zealand has got students enrolled with us.
Right.
So you have that this person here will be having an influence over 27,000 students a year. That's pretty amazing to be able to do that.
Yes.
I think that we are starting to get at the cutting edge of digital delivery and online learning. At the moment, we are what we're saying, delivering things digitally, but you wouldn't necessarily say that we're a fully online school. So the mechanism of delivering stuff from us to students is over the net, by email or through our learning management systems or through our student management systems. But true online learning, which is what we hope to be in by 2016, will be that our students will be working in interactive environments, working collaboratively with a whole lot of other students and other institutions and other schools and a whole range of different ways, using all of the online learning tools and that they themselves will be experts in the use of those tools. We have to start making sure that our students are going to be able to use the tools that they're going to have when they go out into employment.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking our time and discussing this opportunity with us. If you are interested in knowing more about this role, please visit our website, thechansongroup.co.nz, and the contact details are mentioned below the video. Thank you so much. Thanks again, Mike. Lovely to have you with us.